right. Hi. So this is me and my mom. Everyone say hi to mom. Mom, say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody.
All right. So I'm going to interview you. And while I'm interviewing you, I'm going to draw your beautiful face. Because you're beautiful. Okay.
Lovely.
So, Mom, will you
You're
start?
so sweet. I'll pay you later.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Will you tell me your favorite childhood memory?
Let's see. My favorite childhood memory would be how involved my parents were. My dad would come home, working many hours. He would come in and he would take my sister and I and put us in the car. We'd pop popcorn. My mom would make little sandwiches, and we'd all jump in the car and we'd go down to a drive. I know that we don't know what movies are anymore. But anyway, you get in the car, you stay in the car, and they put this little box on your window, and that's the speaker. And so we would sit in the car and watch the drive-in movie together as a family. And our favorite part, I think, was making the popcorn to go.
So you brought your own popcorn?
Brought our own popcorn. Hey, we were eating. You know, we got to the theater, did not want to have to spend money on the food. They would have a little concession stand, a little building you could walk to, but no, we brought ours.
Okay.
Oh, can I tell you what my sister did to me?
The one on Summer Avenue had like a little place you could go. And it looked like they had inside.
Well, one time when we probably don't now that we've got COVID, but one time we were at the theater or at the drive-in, and we went to get the lawn chairs out of the trunk, my sister and I. My sister's 3 years older, and when she lifted up the trunk, it hit me in the chin, and I screamed, and then she slammed the lid, slammed the trunk because it hit me in the chin. She was trying to get away from my chin, and it slammed my hands when she did that. Oh, and I really remember that a lot.
I bet.
Okay, hi, I'm Jessica Vanderpool. I work as a writer in fundraising. So I write a lot of appeals for fundraising. I live in Houston, Texas. I'm 33. I think sometimes I forget. And I have a dog. This is Valentino, and a cat, and then a foster dog named Reynolds. And
I forgot the most important fact about you, which is that you're my best friend. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
That should be the most important thing in your life and the first thing that you say.
Maybe not.
How dare you?
Karen and I have been friends since college. She put up with me a lot.
Same.
I kept her awake as she did art projects.
That is so true. She is the reason that I'm your art teacher, so take it how you want to.
They'll hate me now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Love her or hate her now. Okay, and then can you start by telling us, would you define yourself as a hunter or a gatherer?
That's a weird, fun question, and I don't know. I'm going to say gatherer because I can be kind of creative and resourceful, I feel like. And we all have learned to be kind of resourceful during this pandemic situation. But I think I'm less of I can take charge, but I'm not necessarily going to be like a go-getter. I like to follow more. I like to like think longer. I'm analytical. So I think gathering, I would be more like the think, plan, this is where we're going to find it. This is what we need. We don't have this. We can gather this instead. So I'm going to go gatherer.
Okay. A very good answer for that. And can you tell us how you've been resourceful during COVID-19?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I made my own mask the other day.
You can say that, but that's about it.
I got creative with how to make a mask.
Nice, very nice. You used what you had.
Use what I had. No, let's see. So I've learned new ways to grocery shop. I've been trying to do my own art, art journaling, and I've been making do with the resources I had, which are fairly limited because I can't find all my good stuff. So I've had to adapt my plans for that. So I don't know, just little things.
Very cool. And that was not a shameless plug to do what you have at home, but yeah, that's basically what
She did not tell me to say that either.
I didn't pay her. Yes, okay. Okay, so the next question I wanted to ask you, and you know I love these kind of questions. So if you could describe yourself as a tree, what type of tree would you describe yourself?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, the internet was fine until like just now.
Okay, my name is Catherine Reed, and I currently live in Nashville, Tennessee, but I am moving to Horn Lake, Mississippi in June.
Woo!
Yeah.
Tell me also a memory of us together.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Karen, you have always been a brilliant, brilliant child. And I'm sorry, Mrs. Cross. But
Later.
when you were little bitty and you were like 8 months old, and we were at the apartment because Daddy was starting new churches. So Daddy was 50 miles away every day. That was before cell phones, and we only had the one car, and Daddy had the car. And so you and I would stay in the apartment, and you kept pulling on a little toy. I had a little cat toy on the bottom of a, elastic string from the doorknob. And you would always pick it up and put it in your mouth. And so I finally thought, oh, I'll get smart. And you were only 8 months old, and you were in your little walker. And I put the little toy up on top of the doorknob, and you looked at it and looked at me, and then you looked at the garbage can. You scooted yourself over to the garbage can, took out one of the cardboard tubes that I had thrown in the garbage can, and went over and hit at it until it fell down. So that showed me your problem-solving skills were off the charts. I mean, you were 8 months old and you figured out how to get that down so you could play with it. But you were cute as the button. But you and I have always done everything together and had a great time. I love doing craft shows with you now. I love singing with you. I love doing this interview with you. You're just a lot of fun to be with.
It's okay. By the way, this looks nothing like you.
Oh.
You look better. As we go. All right. I'll go ahead and start interviewing you for real then. Okay. So what superpower would you choose if you could choose any of them, and why?
Okay, I would choose to fly because I think it would be really fun to fly, like see everything from up high. Like whenever you're in an airplane, it just looks really amazing to look down. And I would love to be able to just see everything from a higher elevation.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you choose your career? Because we probably weren't able to hear it earlier, but you are a teacher. What grade do you teach?
I currently teach 3rd grade. And so I actually decided I wanted to be a teacher in 1st grade when I had a really bad teaching experience.
I did not even do this. Okay, please tell me the story.
Yes. So my teacher didn't like me because I had difficulty reading. And she didn't want to teach me anymore because apparently I was too difficult. I had a lisp, and that made things harder. Mm-hmm. And she told my mother to quit her job and come to school herself and teach me because she didn't want to teach me anymore.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
So then in second grade, I had a teacher who got me into speech therapy, and I actually improved, and I learned to read and write and all the good stuff fluently, and everything was great. So I wanted to be a teacher, to not be my first grade teacher, and
Yeah.
be more like my second grade teacher. Because I don't want kids to feel like they're stupid or they can't do something just because they have something in their way.
I love that. I had a similar experience in that, no offense, but I had a first year teacher in fourth grade.
Uh-huh.
And fourth grade was a really tough year for me where I started getting like bullied. And I felt like she did not handle it because she could like barely handle teaching. I remember her just like screaming at us a lot, like the whole group. And I was also that sensitive kid that would like take it personally when she screamed at all of us.
No.
And so now that I am an adult, I understand that. But as a kid, I just remember being like, oh my gosh, like, and so for a long time I wanted to teach fourth grade because it was a bad year. And then I realized like fourth graders are not really my thing. But I like what they learn, but I'm just not. They're in that weird in between, like third grade's like that too, like where they're not babies, but they're not middle schoolers yet, and like I don't know how to handle that age, I guess.
Exactly.
I don't know. Another type question. If you could be a kitchen appliance, which kitchen appliance would you want to be?
I don't know. Which would I want to be, or which am I like?
Want to be.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'm trying to think of like anything that's not just an oven, a microwave, or a refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Do what?
I would be a refrigerator.
I think I would be a microwave because it like gets things done fast. I don't do that, but like sometimes I don't want to, like, I don't like,
You would want. Yeah, that's cool.
I don't have patience all the time, so I'm like, let's just like get this done.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with microwave.
See, I think I would be a fridge because first of all, you get to hold all the delicious food.
Oh yeah.
And then second of all, then like I am cold sometimes.
It's true.
And then I don't know, you can decorate the outside of it. Like it's just pretty much a great kitchen appliance.
It is a great kitchen appliance. What other kitchen appliance? Blender, mixer,
waffle maker, yeah,
toaster.
kitchen maker, toaster. I've got like a kettle.
Sticking with microwave, I don't know. It just stands out to me.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like your answer because like you have to be fast and get things done.
I'm never fast in real life, so if I could be, it would be.
Yeah, that's nice. I think that's good. Does art impact your life in any way?
Yes. I really love to color, and I know that sounds so childish.
It does not. I love coloring.
But I really do. Like when I am stressed out, very difficult designed coloring book that I have, like an adult coloring book, and I just sit and I color forever, and the stress just like melts away. So it's definitely like an escape for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm terrible at drawing. So I might have to take some lessons from you. My students make fun of me.
No, okay, so but for real, the moment Karen and I became friends, I'm just gonna tell several stories because I don't have a favorite. They're all good, all great. We were at college before it started our little freshman orientation, and there was like a great game of capture the flag going on or something, I don't remember, but it was like downpouring rain, and we had these fountains. I don't know, this might not be school appropriate. We jumped in the fountain and it was raining on us and we were like dripping wet, and we ran back to our dorm room.
It was so not against the rules. Like we always followed rules.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Okay, but let me think about this some more because I've got all the stories. Just in general, some of my favorite memories were going and pulling all-nighters, doing our work at the local diner. That was some good times.
That was good. Why did we always feel the need to go to Perkins to do our schoolwork?
Because we like to eat. It was open 24/7 and they'd let you just sit there. And maybe it would keep us awake if we weren't like laying in bed. That might not have worked for everyone.
I wonder who that did not work for.
I don't know. There was a lot of kicking under the table of you have to stay awake if I'm awake.
Very grateful for that.
Okay. I'm trying to think of some other epic stories. I need to know what's one of your favorites.
Favorite stories of us?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are a lot, like you said, and I did not think about this ahead of time. So I really, really love the time. So you're talking about it in general, but you probably remember the same time I do, when it was like the week of finals or the week before finals, and I had those tiles that I had to hang up on the wall.
Yes!
But I also was like curating a show in the coffee shop on campus.
Yes.
And I had to go pick up a piece of art in Memphis. And I had like a paper or something due, like all within like 24 hours of each other.
And Memphis is an hour away each
time.
time.
Yeah. So Memphis was an hour away from where we lived in Jackson, Tennessee. So I had to, at the same time, write a paper or finish writing a paper, show up to something like class-wise, and hang this art piece that was like my final for that class, and pick up this piece for the show that was the final for that other class. Same professor for both of those, actually. I don't know why she let me do this to myself, but anyways, so Jessica was the reason that I did not die. So once again, I don't know, you either love her or hate her, because I was determined, like I was not going to tell. The show was like a group project. So like, it was not just me. So if I didn't get this piece of art, it wasn't like, oh, sorry, professor, like I'll just take the bad grade. It was like my entire group would be let down. So I was like bound and determined that I was going to go get it anyways. Now as an adult, I would probably just like call someone and like postpone it a day. But like, 19-year-old me was not about to do that. So, I went to Memphis, but Jessica went with me, and I remember her like driving. I think you drove there, and I back. No, I drove both directions because you didn't like driving to Memphis. Was that what it was? Something like that. I don't remember. And you would just like feed me energy drinks. So anytime I would start to like nod off, you would be like, "Here, drink this," and you would give me another NOS energy drink. I remember that.
The number of energy drinks Karen consumed in college probably kept the industry alive.
Probably. That's why the industry is doing so well now. And then I believe there were tears that night too, like several different times. Like there would be like crazy, like running around because I'm like hyped up on energy drinks, and she would like weather that. And then like, like an hour later I'd be like crying.
First of all, we stayed up all night hanging those darn tiles on an entire wall at the university. And after pulling that all-nighter, I think maybe we slept for an hour or two, and then we went to Memphis. And then I don't know if it was that time or another time, we were driving back and Karen was dead asleep. I think it was a different night, because I think what we had done, or maybe it was earlier that night. I think it might have been the same night, but it was like while we were doing the all-nighter. We had to get out and go buy you an energy drink at a drugstore in like the wee hours of the morning. And you were falling asleep. I was driving. You were falling asleep in the car. Like we're talking a 5-minute drive to and from this convenience store. And she starts talking in her sleep. And I think she said something like, "What we gonna do now, grasshopper?"
Yeah, that was a different night.
Was it a different night?
Yeah, it was a different night, but you never let me live that one down.
No, it's great. I love it so much. Oh, I thought of another good one, but now I've forgotten it. Oh, just all the nights we spent in the art department. I was a journalism major, so I would bring my papers I needed to write, articles I needed to write into the art department. And I nearly called you Tara. That's not your name, Karen.
How dare you? That's
Karen would be working on her pottery, and we would just spend all night doing our work, usually falling asleep at some point in one of the chairs in the art department.
Yeah, thank goodness they had those.
Yeah.
I can't sit still and be idle for very.
Exactly. I have that same. I think it's a problem. Like, I wish I could sit still and do nothing more often. So you're my brother's fiance. I don't know if we heard that or said that earlier because the internet was so awful. So will you tell us your favorite memory of my brother?
Oh,
And it can be silly or sweet.
oh my gosh, it's silly. It's definitely silly. So we went to the Pink Palace in Memphis,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw this really old, like, station wagoned car, like one of the very first Ford vehicles they have on display there.
Yeah.
And he decided to be a goofball, and he got out his driver's license, and he stood in front of the car and told me to take a picture of him and send it to Mom and tell him that he just got his driver's license and that he could drive now.
That is great.
So that's very much a goofy moment.
That sounds like my brother.
Oh, like, and I have a picture of him doing it, and he like held it off to the side like this and was like, oh my gosh, it was the goofiest thing. Oh, but that was a really fun day too.
If you were stranded on a desert island, what 3 things would you bring with you? And pretend like there's enough food and water already. So like, don't even worry about food and water. What would you want to bring?
See, when I thought about this question, I thought about like Mexican food.
Oh, but see, that might be a specific thing that you need to bring. Cheese dip, a fountain of cheese dip.
Yes, for sure. Let me think. Besides Mexican food, I would probably bring my some form of musical device, like something to play music.
Okay.
Whether it be a record player and some records, or if I could make my phone work like through solar power, I would do that. I would bring, what else would I bring? My Bible and something to color.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking like my phone and like a way to like charge it and hook it up to internet. And then I was gonna need paper because like I think I can make all the other art supplies that I would need.
Okay.
Like I'd have really rudimentary art supplies, but like it'd be okay. I could make that work. But I would need to bring my own paper because I don't know how to make paper.
Right. That's hard. That's a process.
Yes, and I don't think I want to spend that much time on that part of it.